The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
We're going to 54. Wait.
A Pro Bowler for the first time in 2022. Here's Tony Pollard. And so there he goes left side. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
First down, and it's Pollard again. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The Cowboys are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Second down, Prescott. And that's complete downfield to Cooks. Touchdown, Cowboys! Brandon Cooks, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cowboys march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive, he burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. Oh, did the Jets miss this guy? Here's Breece Hall. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'll be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
And he'll have a Jets first down as he'll get this up to the 25.
There's a nice play by Hall, who was hitting his stride and more, and looking like a franchise back when a torn ACL ended his rookie year at 7 games. We all saw the electricity. We felt it before he went down, though. The expectations very high for the future star here in year 2.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll have a Jets first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
Partner, those are back-to-back 6-yard runs, and if they're going to continue to get those types of plays, shoot, you just keep running the same stuff, don't you?
Yeah, it was 1st and 10, then 2nd and 4. Now 1st and 10 again. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end. And that play going nowhere. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses. And this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And it's incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. But now it'll be third down. You look at this Cowboy defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. Pollard going to try the right side. And fights through one man. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it second and 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This is a second and 4. Ball at the 9. Here's Pollard again. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Well, when you go from second and 4 to third and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. Third and 3. Trying to run for it with Pollard. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. Fourth down.
He was brought down by Samuel Aquaden. It's a gain of a yard.
How about this? They'll change it at the line. They'll run for it with Pollard. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on fourth. There wasn't even thought of a short field goal. There was no hesitation. They were going for it.
I think he was thinking ahead a couple plays ago, that if he got in this situation, they were definitely going for it. And you're right. It was a confident call and a decisive run to pick it up. The goal of the wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Extra bulk up front for second and inches. 3 tight ends. It's a keeper with Prescott. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Dak Prescott. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Cowboys are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Aubrey now for the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Hall again. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. On play action. Now Rodgers. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
And it's fielded at the 34. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers.
Cook's full extension. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
There's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. From the red zone now, Prescott. Touchdown, Cowboys! 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They'll go again with Hall. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Returnable here from the 38. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run left with Pollard. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, Prescott. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run with Hall. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Rodgers changing the play, it appears. Rodgers on 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Marquise Bell. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Here we go 47. Here we go 46. 26.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He's letting it fly for Cooks.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Second half starts with a run by Hall.
And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And some room to work. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34.
51 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And they have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before and start limiting him again.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
First down, New York.
Hall on a give up the middle.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
And the all-pro Micah Parsons there on the tackle.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play. They're holding me no gain.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Offensive line right now really freeing up the rushing lanes on this drive.
And we have to give them props. They've earned them. But these big runs that we're seeing, they don't result without everyone else being involved as well. Blocking on the perimeter has to take place downfield, too.
Rodgers now on first down.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Dallas, Texas is the spot. 3rd quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Cowboys will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Intercepted. The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
They had the big halftime lead. Their defense just helped them out further by forcing the turnover, so things are starting to look pretty rosy.
They certainly are, but they've got to be careful about getting complacent, though. They still need to go out and run their offense efficiently.
That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2000.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Prescott on first down. Swinging this out for Pollard. He'll get it inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's first and 10.
Prescott off play action. He'll buy some time right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, 47. Here we go, going to 53. Here we go, 46, 46. Here we go, going to 54, going to 54. Why? 26.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at third and 10. Throwing. Prescott. And now another one thrown incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up fourth down here.
So on fourth down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
And they'll they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a touchdown.
C.D. Lamb, who scored on the ground and through the air. And the Cowboys are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Ball on the 39. Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll give to Hall. Down the right sideline, inside the 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And the lead drops from 34 to 27.
Makes the score Cowboys 34, Jets 7.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it, and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he'll be taken down at about the 45. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 34-yard line.
Prescott from the gun. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Dak going to keep it on the draw. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
A give to Pollard, running left.
And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. The Cowboys on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule, because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Now Rodgers, eluding the pressure right. And my goodness, another interception. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense. And certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Aubrey good with a PAT.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
On first down, right back to Hall.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. In on the stop, it was Dorrance Armstrong. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 3rd down, here's Hall.
And he'll take this to the 47, but no further as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Cowboys, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the